Even while we're fighting over the mosque, our own brave troops are still fighting terror overseas, and even they can be victims of corruption. One defense contractor paid a $2 million fine for producing shoddy, possibly dangerous Army helmets. Here to tell us about it is Andrew Campanelli from Campanelli & Associates. So what did you find? So you were a whistleblower, is that right?
No, actually, I'm an attorney. I represent people who expose fraud by defense contractors against the government.
Okay, and what did you find in this case?
Well, in this particular case, we had learned that one particular contractor decided to save money by shorting an average of 11,000 strands of Kevlar from the helmets of U.S. soldiers. We came to understand roughly 2.2 million helmets were affected. So we filed a federal lawsuit. There are federal statutes which enable people who become aware of this fraud to file federal lawsuits to recover triple the amount that's been defrauded. So we did that in this case. We sued the company. The Department of Justice came in,
right,
and we had them dead to rights. We had their reports. Go ahead.
You sued the company. They found $2 million judgment in your favor, but then what happened? What's the $74 million? Tell me about that one.
Well, we didn't actually get a $2 million judgment. They had charged the government $53 million for the Kevlar they put in the helmets, and all of it was defective. The government had to replace all of the helmets. The government forced us to settle the case for $2 million, even though I didn't want to.
Andrew, yes. Why did the government have to replace the helmets? If this company produced a defective product, government paid for it, shouldn't they replace it?
Look, unfortunately, tens of billions of dollars is lost every year to government contractors that rip us off and rip off the taxpayers.
But didn't we give them another contract?
Yeah, what we found out was a few days before we actually got the $2 million settlement, this particular company, the same company, was awarded something in the neighborhood of $72 million.
Hang in there. This is absolutely infuriating. I got three lawyers on the bill. Go ahead, Kubi. This is crazy. They find that they're negligent, and then they give them another contract.
Right. Well, this happened in 2008, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, because given the anti-Obama sentiment, I just want to make sure.
Oh,
that this
come on,
was
don't
all
go there. Let's not make this political right now.
But just want to make sure that it was the Bush administration that gave it up.
They should be charged.
Hang on. Go ahead, Artie.
Do what they do in the city of New York. Charge them criminally with anyone who died with criminally negligent homicide, with manslaughter in the second degree, reckless
they
murder.
could not tie any injury or death to these faulty
So what are we going to do?
That's not what they said.
Please don't make
Hold
one
on.
defending them. I think it's
Go ahead, Mark. Is this criminal?
Happens, I would love it to be. This happens all the time. And I can tell you just from my ties in the government, I know lots of people in the Pentagon, whistleblowers who are afraid for their job. This happens all the time.
Hey, Andrew.
This is not the only example.
Any chance on any criminal charges going on in this?
Not in this case. Unfortunately, your other speaker is right. Very often, these contractors are actually protected by people in the government. That's one of the problems we have.
Give me the camera here real quick. Tell me who these people are. Tell me who these people are. Are they the Sioux Nation? Is that right?
Well, the defense contractor was Sioux Manufacturing Corp., which in fact is owned by an Indian tribe. And in defense of the case, they raised sovereign immunity as a defense, and as if it's
sovereign immunity as an Artie.
That's right.
Well, no, that's Kubi. I defer to Kubi on sovereign immunity.
Well, it's a nice try, and indeed, Indian nations do have an aspect of sovereignty. But generally speaking, when you engage in commercial relationships, as a condition of that, you waive sovereignty. So you can sue. But I love the idea of suing the Sioux. I mean, there's just something.
You get that? So sue me. Last
Contractors have been ripping up off the government for decades. It's time that it stops, and I wish every government would punish these people really hard.
If contractors in New York do this with materials that they put up cranes with and things like that, they get indicted for murder.
You just got the guy off.
Hold on. We're going to have to leave it there. We're going to say thank you to Andrew Campanelli. Thank you very much, sir.